17. The Tower. Upright. When you draw the tower in a reading, it is an indication of the complete destruction of the old ways of being, as you have surrendered to a new way of being. The old must fall away in order for the new to rise. If we are attached to the old way of being, the flames will burn us, and the falling tower will crush us in its wake. If we step beyond the limits of our preconceived selves, we rise above the destruction and are purified as a result. The tower is coming down. The tower represents the old way of being and old ways of thinking, which has been built up and manifested over our lives. Here, there is a signal of the end of an old awareness and the dawn of a new age. Further, it signals removal of obstacles that blocked us on the path to truly understanding who we are. The tower falls because of the illumination of our entire body of consciousness, which is seen by the ascended soul bursting through the flames. Upright, revelation. Reverse, ignorance. Tree of life, Pe. Astral signature, Mars. Key words: destruction, purification, cleansing, release, illumination, revelation, truth. Expanded description. The destruction of the old. This card is about old systems, old ways of thinking, and the like, all crumbling away in the wake of the new awareness which is moving through us now, represented by a patch bursting in light, which causes the tower to explode in flames. It is also a great look out, just in case you are still in the tower as it begins to crumble, and not embodying the radiant illumination which topples the old consciousness. This can only happen if you hold tight onto the material things or harmful personality traits that you are attached to. If you cling to the old way, the tower will surely crush you. As evidenced by the flames, this is a time of burning away that which no longer serves you, or you might even read it as purification by fire. At the top of this card, through the clouds can be seen two tiny things. The first is Mars, which brings the aggressive energy required to make this important destruction take place. Secondly, there is a tiny star shining through the dark clouds, which represents a spiritual truth that is greater than all of the power of the old system and the onset of what is just around the corner. This tower represents your ego and all of your old ways of perceiving and living life, which comes down to make way for something new. Physically speaking, the tower itself could even represent the physical things that you are no longer a match to in your life. By changing your vibration and setting your intention internally to move into a new way of being, it should only come to pass that now your physical reality must change to match that which is within you. If you choose to stay in the tower as it crumbles, you will be swept away and crushed with the old perspective. This could be described by the wheel of karma, which consumes that which no longer serves the greater good. When observed in the reverse, it could be said that this new perspective or shocking realization is the cause of the destruction of the old paradigm, and the tower is only collapsing in the first place because of the tremendous new insight that you have newly realized. This idea is described by the illuminated patch in the center of the tower, who causes its collapse simply by becoming more aware of its truth, intentions, and greater truth. Both of these perspectives are valuable to understanding the tower. You can either be proactive in your spiritual growth and cause the tower to fall, or you can turn a blind eye to your potential realizations and be forced to change in a more painful way. Ultimately, this card represents a time of change, transformation, and the healthy destruction of the old. It may be a violent upheaval, however, it is a necessity to allow the natural flow of life to remove what no longer serves you. This transition may even be painful, but remember that it is a fundamental aspect to the alchemical process. Destruction is essential for new life to grow. It can be sad to let things go, but if something wasn't working out in your life, it is time to allow it to depart from your sphere of consciousness, whether it be physical, mental, spiritual, or emotionally based. When we become aware of new concepts, the old world crumbles away and is replaced with a new understanding. This is the natural flow of life, and it is beautiful. If you find yourself clinging onto old ways of being and a rupture seems imminent, go deep within yourself and ask why. What does it serve you to hold on to old patterns? In the end, you'll feel much lighter and happier when you allow a release to take place in your life, because it makes room for so much new awesome to come. New experiences, people, emotions, and thoughts that we never even dreamed was possible and just couldn't come in because there was a big tower in the way. Reverse description. When we struggle to let go of that old system that we cling to, the tower begins to topple on top of us. This can be a terrible blind destruction which consumes us, and if we become lost to this power in a mental or emotional sense, we can even take out our fury on others. If you have drawn the tower in reverse, it might be suggesting that you are afraid of change, and your attachment to your comfort zone will actually put you further into displacement than if you were to just take a few steps in the direction that, in your heart, you know you ought to be going. It could even suggest that the tower has entirely collapsed on you, and you have decided to begin rebuilding it without taking any lessons from the abrupt upheaval that took place. Just remember that if you do this, you will probably have to suffer, the tower crushing you over and over again until you finally get it. To turn this card upright, realize that change is an inevitability, and in truth, change is the ultimate form of stability. If you are afraid of losing something, realize that you never had it to begin with. Even your body is not your own. You are just using it during this lifetime as you pass on through. There is no such thing as a material object or egoic attachment that you can take with you when you die. And from that understanding, you can let go of having it now. Doing so will bring you peace and allow you to transcend the limitations of who you think you are and cultivate a tremendous new opportunity of peace in your life and share it with everyone around you.